the city of Corey, there's a Catholic priest who recently retired and a pastor who closed his church during the COVID epidemic. You would think they'd have a lot of time on their hands, but that's not true. Both have been extremely busy establishing a facility to serve the homeless. John Last caught up with them for this edition of The Last Word.
It was back in July when The Last Word focused on the homeless situation here in Corey. We learned that this city of 6,000 people did not have a homeless shelter. But now it's late March, and there's some positive things happening. A facility for the homeless has been established on West Smith Street at the site of the former Abundant Grace Church. We talked to church pastor Jerry Fisher last July. At that time, the church also housed an outreach program called the New Life Restoration Center. The center gave food and supplies to those in need. In October, Pastor Jerry decided to close the church and focus entirely on the needy.
It was difficult for me personally because I love to preach the gospel, but we decided to stop Abundant Grace Church of Corey and to go all out 100% with New Life Restoration Center.
Also in October, Father Skip Davis decided to retire as pastor of St. Thomas Catholic Church for medical reasons. That very month, a homeless man approached Father Skip asking for help in finding a place to stay. Father Skip turned to Pastor Jerry, and that homeless man then became the very first resident of the New Life Restoration Center.
From that guy, we just started to grow. And so I all think that that was just God saying, I'm going to use this guy to get you guys started on that whole process.
That project is making the center a larger facility to house the homeless. Father Skip and Pastor Jerry, along with another man, Benjamin Barney, formed a team. Now 3 homeless men live at the facility. The plan is to house up to 20 people, men, women, and families. Funds are needed to acquire the second half of the building. Volunteers are needed. Food donations are needed. But Pastor Jerry has faith that someone is guiding the facility's growth.
God. 100% God.
Meanwhile, Father Skip says he is busier than he ever was as a full-time priest. He spends at least 12 hours a day at the facility. But there's plenty more work to do.
But my vision is that it will all be done and I can really retire. That's my vision.
With The Last Word in Corey, John Last, Erie News Now.
And an open house will be held tomorrow at the facility located on 104 Smith Street. Members of the public will be able to tour the center and find out how they can help with either their money or their time. That open house will be held from 1 to 3 p.m.